I haven't uploaded anything in a month. Again, a lot of these videos are starting that way. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but I mean, this time it's not work, it's not life. Nothing has been keeping me busy. Nothing's been getting in my way of making videos where I just talk because I mean, how difficult is it really to make a video where I'm just talking? No, life isn't what's getting in my way. It's myself, honestly. When I first made this YouTube channel, I said I was gonna talk about all the things um, I did to my friend, the things that broke us apart, so that people could learn from my mistakes and just also tell our story, I guess. And I haven't done that at all. I haven't gotten around to doing that. At first, it was grief. Honestly, I couldn't talk about it without absolutely and completely breaking down. Even today or tonight, on September 5th, 2025, it still causes me to choke up thinking about all those things. From the beauty of our relationship, our friendship, our hopes, our dreams, the future we could have built together, all to the shame, guilt, and disgust at the things, once again, that I did. I can't really talk about them, even today. But I will talk about a thing I did on August 28th, 2024, even though I am like, what is it, 9 days late? I don't know, I'm really bad at math. I remember I did not make a video on this topic, on what I did, um, a year ago because I was honestly devastated. Um, and I didn't know what to do. I mean, I still don't know what to do, but back then I was even more devastated than I am now. I remember I spent months, honestly months, writing this letter that I wanted to be perfect for my friend. At the time, of course, I was not in the right place of mind. I wasn't thinking properly still, and I still don't. I'm still not thinking properly, I'm pretty sure I went, or I'm pretty sure I am a little bit more crazy than I used to be back then. I can tell that something in my mind, in my head, broke that day, and it hasn't been put back together yet, and I don't think it honestly ever will. But I am a little bit more composed now than I was 1 year ago. So anyway, I spent months writing this long ass letter to my friend, story of my life. I also sent them long ass messages, which was one of the reasons why we broke up. And I went I remember the first paragraph was me saying that I didn't know what to say. Second paragraph was me apologizing. Third paragraph was me talking about, everything I wanted to do with them. Fourth paragraph was me like, I remember at the time, before I sent them the letter, I had not checked any of my social medias at all because I was so scared to see my friend and any updates in their life. So I remember like a week before I sent them the letter, I decided to check all the social medias I have, and I remember, of course, it was a bad idea because instead of being exposed to all the things my friend had done over the course of months. Instead, I was exposed to all those things in just a couple of hours, and it definitely hurt me having seen that they went through some good and some more bad because for whatever reason the world can't seem to give them a break. Um, for example, like they got in like a really bad car crash. The front of their car was completely totaled. Um, and that happened like in May. So I was just like, wow, I did not even know that they had been in this accident where it could have been terrible. You know, like they walked out mostly fine, but it could have ended horribly. And I wouldn't have known because I was too scared to open up Facebook or Instagram. Sorry, I'm being like I talked about all those things. My guilt, and then at the very end of the letter was me saying goodbye, but also saying that, if they wanted to be friends again, then I wouldn't leave and all this and all that. Just a bunch of bullshit in that letter. I am of course able to realize that now that once again I am in a slightly better state of mind than I was in back then. And I remember I sent it out and they didn't respond. Obviously, right? It had been months. So why would they answer? I remember I sent it out early in the morning too. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was the day where they were at work. Um, Back then, their day offs were Monday, Sunday, and Monday. Nowadays, well, they have a different schedule. But back then, I remember I sent it during a time that they were at work. I could easily check the calendar and know, but I don't feel like checking it honestly. But anyway, I sent it. They didn't respond for hours, and I started freaking out because it started to dawn on me that things were truly over between us. So I started panicking and I started spamming them on Snapchat. I started spamming them on iMessage. I started spamming them on Messenger. I started reaching out to them wherever I could. Hell, even PlayStation messages. Because I just couldn't face the fact that things were truly over between us. That no matter what I said or what I did, we were completely over for real this time. I had taken too long. Um, so now I remember I cried. I was fucking devastated. I remember I wanted to scream out so badly. I felt like ripping out my own throat, like I, but I couldn't, obviously, because obviously I live in a house with people, and if I were to run outside and do it, well, I also live like in a neighborhood where it's mostly like old people, so retired people. And the houses in front of my house, that's like rich people. Like the houses there cost nearly 1 million or so. Um, but my house is nowhere near that expensive. But anyways, I'm getting completely sidetracked. I just wanted to die basically that day until the next day when they actually answered. I know, I know I've said we haven't talked in 2 years, but I guess that's kind of a lie. When I say that we haven't talked, I mean that we haven't actually held a genuine conversation, just like the small pleasantries, like small talk, like hi, how are you? I'm good. How about you? I'm good as well. Okay, thanks. Like I don't consider that talking, right? That's just meaningless. So when I mean talking, I mean like a genuine conversation. But I remember the day after, they messaged me, not apologizing, but they just said that they were busy, because they were, um, in the works of getting their own place, um, and that, they were dealing with that, and obviously with work still, and that they did not have the time at the moment to read my long ass letter. So me, obviously overjoyed that they actually answered, kind of saying that they were thinking about reading the letter. Um, I told them like, no, 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 it's okay. You don't have to read it. It's just basically me apologizing and asking if we could be friends again. So what do you think? Like, I basically said that. I don't remember what I said one to one, but I basically said that. Let's just say they didn't answer back. They did not answer back. And obviously, I assume they never read the letter because once again, it was just a bunch of fucking uh word vomit, just so much stupid shit. So I remember that completely dragged me down even more than I already was, of course. I honestly feel like I haven't stopped falling since Austin. I know people say that like once you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is up. Um, but I honestly don't think that I've stopped falling yet. I think I'll be falling forever. But yeah, I remember I did that on August 28th, 2024. Obviously, we aren't talking, my friend and I. So obviously, once again, they didn't read the letter, or if they if they actually took the time out of their day to actually read it, then obviously it didn't convince them, right? Another thing that I wanted to kind of add randomly in here was that what do you call it? When they told me that they were in the works of getting their own place, they sent me a screenshot saying that they would have to sign, what is it? What, something like lease papers? I forget what they're called. Um, Basically like the papers that allow them to live in their apartment for 1 year. And I remember that had to be done on September 7th, 2024. So their lease um, is about to run out in 2 days. And I couldn't help but think that my friend has a new partner now. Um, so I couldn't help but think that, hey, since their lease is about to expire anyways, she and her new partner could get their own place together and move in together, live together, if he doesn't have a home of his own already where he can take my friend to live with him. And honestly, I spent a lot of time, what's it called, ruminating on that, thinking about it a lot, basically, just the past month of August, because once again, all I do is just think and think and think about them. So as that day approaches, I obviously can't help but think that they're gonna be living together now. That the dream my friend had of sharing a home with the person they love is going to come true, for them at least, but not for me. And I am glad for them. But of course, I can't help but selfishly think and wish that it had been us. And it would have been, and I say this pretty often, it would have been us. I wouldn't be here making this video. I wouldn't be here if I had just been patient. If I had just been normal. If, just if. More events have passed as well, like on August 30th, and obviously September is the month when they came back into my life. At least I say that, obviously, but I don't even know if I actually talked about that. But, I think I am gonna make a video about those things tomorrow or another day because right now I just wanted to talk about August 28th, 2024. Even though, it was kind of short and I didn't really go into much detail, I was thinking about reading the entire fucking letter I wrote to them just to demonstrate the kind of state of mind I was in back then. But I honestly, just thinking about it, honestly makes me feel so sick that I want to throw up. Because once again, I can't help but be disgusted at all the things I did and said back then. I don't care about how shameful and desperate I seem because I am desperate. I do desperately want my friend to be my friend again, and of course potentially even more, but like I mean it's that one picture. I don't know for whoever might be listening to this. I don't know if you've ever seen like that one picture or that one video example where somebody takes a plate, smashes it on the floor, pieces it back together, but in the end the plate is still full of cracks and either it has the picture has a caption or the person on the video outright says that it will never be the same again. That's just that's how I view it. If somehow my friend ever found it within themselves to forgive me and give me the chance to be their friend again, I can't help but picture that one plate. It will never be the same. It will never be the same. It will never be the same. And obviously, a broken plate is weaker than a new plate, right? You probably wouldn't be able to stick it into the microwave or be able to put really hot foods on it. Um, so yeah, those are just things that have been bouncing around in my head um, throughout these past 2 months. And by these past 2 months, I mean August and September. I'll probably upload a lot of videos this month, like I said. Um, so if you just want to hear somebody just talk and talk and talk and just breathe and breathe and breathe and say the same things over and over and over again, well, you know, I'll be here. I'll be here. If anybody ends up watching this, listening to me, then thank you. As always, I genuinely do appreciate it. But if nobody does, then regardless, maybe somebody in the future will find this and hear me out. I don't know. The moon was honestly gorgeous out last night, my friend. And although we don't share the same sky, at least we are still under the same moon, my friend. I wonder if you ever gaze uh, up at it at the same time as I do. I doubt it though. I feel like you would be more busy, you know, looking into the eyes of your new partner, of the person that you love, your your person, your partner, your soulmate, your best friend, right? And I'm glad because now you no longer have to look up at the sky to dream. Instead, you know, you and somebody else cannot dream together. I am glad. Please keep taking good care of yourself. Winter, or at least fall, is, basically here, and I always check the weather in your city, and it's getting really, really cold really, really quickly. Today it was sunny, but regardless, it was still in the 40s. So, you know, I hope you're dressing properly. I hope, I hope you buy yourself new shoes, or maybe your partner buys you new shoes, because I still remember the state your shoes were in when you came back into my life, and honestly, I couldn't believe you were walking around in those. So I hope now that you are making more money with your promotion that you got at work, and now that you also have a partner to support you in life, I hope you have the money to buy yourself a new, nice pair of shoes. Take care, my friend. Have a good night. I miss you. I love you. I am sorry. Goodbye.